Purpose podcast. We are in season 2. We're also in quarantine. So sit right there. We got a great show coming up for you. It's going to be fun. That much I can promise. Thank you for joining this episode 6, where we will have Kosi Cloud, who is a plant-based vegan chef, personal chef. She is here today to bring to us something phenomenal, a wealth of knowledge on plant-based veganism, a wealth of inspiration on her story and journey, and a bunch of truth, just living in it, living your purpose. Today, I just want you to know that this show is particularly brought to you by no way other than that of my website. And you can find that at www.sweatforsuccess.wix.com/my site. This site is full of services that will help you gain a sense of knowledge for yourself, wisdom, and enlightenment. You can go there and you can tune into whatever service you would like. But for now, I would like for us to jump into the podcast simply because Kosi Cloud is our guest for today, as I've mentioned. And she's going to bring nothing but good for us here. So this is season 2, episode 6. And remember, Obeying Meditations, we are all about self, health, and well-being. So this is just a part of that natural portion of the Obeying Meditations for us to take in, to take out, and to grow from. All right? I'll see you on the other side. Enjoy the show. Welcome back, everybody, to In Pursuit of Purpose podcast. I am your host, Marcus, and I am here. I am here with another honor to interview another guest. It's always an honor to be able to talk to people on this show. And this show is all about bringing you nothing but natural ways, or going back to a natural way to heal yourself, to better yourself, to live your life. And this is none other than plant-based chef. She has taken her journey and turned it into an inspirational story. Kosi Cloud. She is a plant-based chef. She, in 2015, at the age of 39, Kosi was in a severe car accident that left her debilitated and miserable. Over the few years following the accident, Kosi was suffering from multiple chronic disease. I like to say dis-ease, and constant pain, partially and paralyzed, unable to walk, depressed, and suicidal. But in August 2017, after hitting rock bottom, she made the decision to live. Kosi packed up and moved from Maryland to Florida to start the next stage of her life. She has went through some trials and some tribulations, and she was weighing in at 290 pounds. Let that kind of sink in. 290 pounds. Partially paralyzed on her right side. It was so bad, she needed help walking, using either a cane or a walker. So she decided she was going to make a change, eat or die trying. Get rich or die trying. But she said, I'm going to make a change to live or die trying. losing weight. It was more about being happy and healthy. Again, it was a car accident in 2015 that changed everything for her. And before that, she was a gym rat. She weighed in now 145 pounds in the years that followed the accident. She found herself on multiple medications for pain and several chronic illnesses. She was taking, guys, 18 pills, 18 different pills. I can't even imagine swallowing one pill because I don't like pills. And she's taking 18 pills before morning. So she had over 300 injections of medications between her. She has a story that she's going to tell you about. This is a journey. So I want to introduce you not just to the inspirational, I'm alive and I'm living because I made a decision, Kosi Cloud. How are you, Kosi?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm wonderful, and you?
Yes, I am wonderful. I'm good. And I read your story. And I mean, wow, unbelievable. That is crazy. I love to talk to people that have a nice journey. I call it the triumphant, people that triumph in life. And that's you kind of come off as a person that triumphed over your life. You made that big leap. You stepped over the boundaries that they told you weren't available for you. When you're overweight, they tell you you're gonna have to take these pills for the rest of your life. First of all, let's start right there. Um, Getting into your story, tell us what was that like, that beginning phase of looking at yourself in the mirror?
It wasn't good at all. It was a moment of, wow, I had a reality check that I was now going to be taking 18 different pills. I had to have a walker. I had to have a cane. My equilibrium was off.
Mm-hmm.
I had to have assistance with getting in and out of the bed. I had to be picked up to get to the restroom. I had to have help just taking a bath. I would try to get it days. I would try to get up to walk my dog and let my dog out and lay my head down on the stove and literally fall asleep
Mm-hmm.
and end up on the floor with,
Wow.
yes, bruises, scratches. And then I'm like, okay, what has happened? No, numerous asthma attacks. It was just really bad. I couldn't walk. I would fall down the steps. I had people who tried to help me take care of myself, but coming from where I came from and working out and being in the gym and things like that, it was really, really hard.
Mm-hmm. What's your health background, to the point where I'm asking, like, how did you come up eating? Like, what was the typical foods that you were eating? I know as people of color, African American people, it seems like every house eats the same thing. We all kind of ate that same hog mogs and high fat, high sodium type foods. We call it soul food, but nothing about it fed our souls.
Exactly.
It fed
So
our. Tell
I
me
was
about
that
that.
different. I was that different one. I never really ate pork, things like that. I would eat steak here and there, but most I love cooking. So my background, my family came from cooking. We all cook, so I enjoy cooking and trying different things. I did eat chicken, so I would eat chicken, a little steak here and there, but I really enjoy cooking.
You really enjoy cooking.
Um, I really never could really drink milk, so I heard that lactose intolerant, and I had to do my research on that and
Mm-hmm.
figured out, okay, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Then I found out, oh, I'm not supposed to be drinking that milk anyway.
Mm.
And I just started, looking at different things as I got older, and I was able to make my own decisions and my own choices.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was always in the health field. I got into the gym. I had a trainer, so I trained, and I became vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
I was vegetarian for up until I became plant based. And what I realized was I wasn't helping what I was going through. I was actually hurting what I was going through
Wow.
by even being vegetarian. I don't know nothing that anyone is doing, but for me,
Mm-hmm.
milk, the cheese, the things like that did not help at all. It just aided the inflammation. It made the inflammation work because surprisingly,
Mm-hmm.
when I let all that go, my edema went away.
Mm-hmm.
I started noticing things like that,
Mm-hmm.
one after one after one after one.
Mm-hmm. Started to take off.
Yes.
Yeah, and you had to. So what's it? So living with 290 pounds. What's? I know you said you had to walk with a cane. You had to get help everywhere. A walker. Like, was that due to just being overweight?
No, it wasn't so much as a overweight issue. I was full of inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it harder, and I was full of pain.
Mm.
If you notice, I had, a lot going on. I was diagnosed with liver disease,
Yeah.
high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, MS, migraine headaches, acid reflux, GERD, photophobia, edema, degenerative disc disease, fibromyalgia, neuropathy,
Mm.
nerve damage, sciatic nerve damage, and chronic back pain.
Wow. Wow. And you're telling me that you are here right now, free of all those things.
I am free of my cholesterol is normal, no more diabetes, no more liver disease, no more GERD, no more edema. I still have a little fibromyalgia, but the inflammation is completely gone. I
Mm-hmm.
still have the back pain because I've had 4 surgeries on my back. They had to actually
Okay.
shave my spine.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the
Yeah.
things that was troubling are gone.
Yeah, right. No, the things that could immediately take you out this world type things, you know what I'm
Are gone.
saying, are gone. And that's due to changing your whole diet from eating what to eating now.
From eating, well, from ingesting all the medication,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe from eating meat and dairy.
Yeah.
Because when I went cold turkey, I dropped the meat, the dairy, and the medication.
Mm.
I immediately lost 20 pounds.
Yeah. Wow.
And it just went from there. And I really
Wow.
didn't discuss it with nobody because you know how people in your ear can be. I just
Mm-hmm.
took my life in my own hands.
Right.
And let me go back a little bit to say this.
Mm-hmm.
On June 21st, when I turned 42, I spent my day in my room crying because I wanted to die. I cried and cried. I didn't do anything or take anything to kill myself, but I just prayed that I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
I was tired. I then went to sleep and I woke up and I said to myself, why did you wake me up? I had this epiphany about what my life used to be. And what I realized was I had to find the message in the mess,
Mm.
the purpose in the pain, and
Mm.
the blessing in the lesson.
Mm. The message in the mess, the purpose in the pain, and the blessing in the lesson. Hope
Yes.
y'all caught that. Hope y'all caught that.
At that very moment, I decided to move out my then house in Maryland and get me a smaller place to get myself together.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I gave everybody everything I had, and I was empty. I was 290 pounds and I was empty because
Wow.
even from my bedside, I was giving and giving and giving.
Mm.
When I moved out the house in August, I couldn't walk still, but I would walk up the steps as many as I could, walk down, and I started doing intermittent fasting. I started researching, holistic researching. I took for every bottle prescription I had, I said, oh, this is for MS. What vegetable can I eat for MS? This is for blood pressure. What fruit can I eat for blood pressure? This is for inflammation. How can I take something for inflammation? I started detoxing with wheatgrass. I started taking turmeric shots. I started eating fruits and vegetables.
Mm.
I started intermittent fasting. Instead of me wanting to die, I said I was going to die trying.
Mm. Mm. Wow. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. That you can just, going back naturally to a natural way, to the way, I'm going to say this, the way I believe we were supposed to eat. I don't believe we're here to kill. I believe we're here to love, and we eat things. And another thing too, I always tell people, I say, I say, God or whoever you believe in gave us, right? Gave us everything that we need. So
Yep.
and we don't have to kill anything because the planet, the earth gives. It gives, and you can take. And see, the thing is, you can never take what doesn't belong to you. So you cannot
Right.
take from a tree its apples because the season comes around again. You can never,
Exactly.
so you can't rob it of its apples. You can't rob the ground or the earth of its greens, of its veggies, because the seasons come around and it reproduces it all over again. And so you can
Mhm.
never really rob the earth. What we've been given here, we've been given in abundance. And you took the opportunity to turn your life from eating meat, eating dairy, and I had my bouts with dairy. I can't even tell you, to where I just was like, I had to cold turkey that thing too. So I was like,
Mhm.
no more dairy for me. Now I don't eat nothing outside of what do they maybe call it, a paleo diet, more like, but I have salmon in my diet. And that's
Okay.
that's that's what I include in my diet mostly. That's it though. I did some research on fish and stuff like that, so I made sure which one was really, 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 really pertaining to
Right.
the best type of fish. So you have taken your journey. You've stopped eating meat. You stopped eating dairy, and you've gotten rid of all the inflammation from 290 pounds. Did you have people in your ear looking at you go this route, telling you that that's crazy? Like, you need meat, you need protein. Talk about, like, when people was the whole protein thing. People talking about you can get protein from this and that. Tell people, like, where else do you get your protein if you need it? If we.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I do have people in my ear. From my family thinking that, oh, I lost so much weight, I'm on drugs, to you name it.
Mhm,
They see pictures of me online. They like, oh, what's going on with Kosi? She must be on drugs. And I'm
mhm,
like, no, I just changed the way I eat. I
mhm.
no longer, God forgive me, look like you or like the family like I
Mm.
used to.
Oh God.
I chose to live, and that's what I'm going to do. So what I've done is I've done research. I don't go by hearsay.
Mhm,
I'm a trial and error. I'm gonna try and see how it works for me. It may not work for you, but it works for me. So I started doing like hemp food, hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, lentils, quinoa, things like that that I know that helps me.
mhm.
And I tried all these different things. And then I went to the doctor and got that same blood test done to then find out, even when I was eating meat and dairy,
Mhm,
I had to give myself a B12 shot.
mhm,
I had to take vitamin D every week.
mm,
Now that I don't take anything and everything is natural, my B12 is fine. My
mhm.
protein is fine. My vitamin D is fine. I'm not deficient in anything.
Wow. So you come out of all of that. People laughing, people talking about you're on drugs, you're on crack or whatever, you're on,
Mhm.
you're doing something to be losing this weight. You just can't be losing weight. And what's the routine like for you? Was you going to the gym doing this? Was you just changing your diet? Because you're dropping weight, but you're not going to the gym, or you dropping weight and you are going to the gym. Like, is there a give and take to lose weight when it comes to converting yourself to a plant-based diet from being over 290 pounds? Is there a give and take? Meaning, do you have to go to the gym and do this, or can you just do this?
Believe it or not, for
Mhm.
me, I didn't go to the gym. Here's the thing, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle.
Oh.
Secondly, dieting doesn't start in the gym if you do
Mm-hmm.
decide to diet.
Mm-hmm.
Every bite counts.
Every bite.
If you want to use the word diet, I'll say dieting starts in your kitchen. It doesn't start in the gym. You can lift all the weight you want. I didn't go to the gym until I relocated. Mind you, by the time I relocated, I had already lost 90 pounds just
Mm.
by changing what I ate,
Mm-hmm.
by changing the hours that I ate, by changing what I picked up and put in my mouth, by changing what I cooked with. I started doing intermittent fasting. I ate between 12 and 7. First meal at 12, last meal at 7.
First. Okay.
I stopped using cooking oil and went to grapeseed oil. I started sauteing. I don't eat anything fried. I bake, broil, or saute it. I
Mm.
don't use any salt. I stick to the same seasons. And June between June of 2017 and January of 2018, I lost 90 pounds.
Wow. June and January. What's that? 6 months?
Yes,
Wow. And you lost 90 pounds.
90 pounds.
You know, I have friends that are struggling, struggling. And I don't say this to make fun, you know, but I have friends that are struggling to lose weight. And they're trying. They're trying. And they really are doing their very best as far as looking at different type of foods to eat. And I understand everything that different strokes for different folks, right? Everything that you do may not work for someone else, but I truly believe that plant-based is the way when it comes to losing weight. I believe that if you just take on a whole, holistic mindset of going plant-based, you will drop weight. You will. It's just inevitable because the foods that we supposed to eat naturally don't carry all that high sodium, all that high fat, all that blood cholesterol, high blood pressure stuff. It don't carry
Correct.
that stuff with it. With blood pressure comes stress, and with stress comes depression, and with depression comes weight gain. You understand? And so
Mm-hmm.
we have to look at our ways of eating, and we have to start going back into our kitchens, as you just said. Dieting starts in the kitchen, and we have to get back to looking what's in our cupboards, what's in our cabinets, and changing
Exactly.
things out. What's the routine for you? Like when you get up, what's your routine daily when you get up and start the journey? That way you can kind of help somebody who's struggling to lose weight. How do you discipline yourself to stay on this? Because I've seen people get on these diets and go and get off them because they're not strong enough. Sorry if that hurts if I say that, but people are not really strong enough to stay disciplined. How do you keep discipline? How do you stay day to day, making sure that you don't want to? What is it? What is that?
Okay, first you have to find your why.
Mm,
Once you find your why, you become unstoppable. In the beginning, like I said, I didn't seek out answers. I didn't ask nobody's advice or opinion. I was broken to be mended. I was broken. I hit rock bottom. And what I did in the beginning was every day I wrote down my why. And I had this picture of when I was a picture of me at 290 pounds, standing in front of my father's casket.
mm, mm.
Every day I said, you know what? I want to do this. I want to be better. I have 2 grown kids and 5 grandchildren. If I don't do anything else, I want them to be better. I want them to see grandma, mommy, she did it. She
Mm,
tried.
mm,
So what I would say is in the morning, now that I'm almost 3 years in,
mm,
initially I would get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, read, get online, look for motivating things,
mm.
find my motivation for the morning. I
Okay.
went and pulled out all the negativity and got rid of all the negativity and say, you know what, in my journey, I need to change a whole lot. I
Mm,
started meditating. I started saging
mm,
and I
mm,
prayed.
mm, mm,
At noon, I would fix me something to eat, do the same thing over again. I would meditate, I would pray, I would read.
mm. Wow.
Have me a snack, and then
Mm,
have my dinner. But
mm,
you have to find your why. What I did was I didn't make it overwhelming for myself. I just took and I ditched the labels.
mm,
I replaced what I thought about worrying about what people said. I felt like I couldn't unmask myself
wow.
because what I was doing was, I'm gonna say this, and I don't know who, maybe the women can relate. I wore makeup, Marcus.
Mm,
I colored my hair.
mm,
But what I realized was I was covering up the scars and the pain that I thought everybody could see. But nobody could see them but me. So now I'm all natural. I don't wear no makeup. I
mm.
don't color my hair.
Wow.
Everything is natural, from my
Wow.
deodorant to
Yes.
my soaps to my lip balm. If it
Yes.
ain't plant based, I don't put it
Yes.
on my body.
Yes.
If it ain't naturally made, I don't wear it.
It's a whole mindset.
It is.
It's a whole mindset change.
It has to be. In order
Yeah.
for it to be accomplished, you have to find. your why, and like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
And in this journey, you will lose a lot of people. You will lose some naysayers. But the benefit of gaining yourself is that much better.
Oh God. Oh, that was good. Wow. I had to yell, I had to shout at that one. I'm sorry. I had to shout. Wow, that was good. Because that's gonna hit some people. That's gonna hit some people right in the chest where it needs to hit them. And you know, sometimes like a drill sergeant, you gotta really just you gotta talk to people, you gotta give them the truth. And that's what you did. You gave yourself the truth. You was like, look, I'm hiding my scars from people, the ones I thought they could see, but I'm really, really, really suffering because the scars that I'm hiding, that's not, those aren't the scars that I'm really seeing aren't the ones that they can see. And these are the ones that are killing me.
Right.
And so you went back to a whole natural, see, this is why I love interviewing people like you, because I call myself a naturalist as well. You know, I remember the journey of dropping a lot of things and going back to a more natural way, natural hair, nothing, no filters, and
Right.
I try to keep things. I got a second Instagram page called the Natural Wanderer. You know what I mean? Where I try to go and explore nature's and be natural and be with nature, be with
It
its
helps you be one with yourself.
yes, yes, yes. It definitely does get you in tune with yourself and your purpose. You said you had prayer, you had meditation, and you had what was that other one again?
Saging,
Reading, saging, and reading.
and
And
reading. Yes.
you don't wear nothing that isn't natural. Man, so that's a disciplined mind. And you now had to revamp everything. What about your friends? Did you have to drop some friends off? Did you have to say, look, I'm going a different direction? How did you have to move on with people that weren't in your same space?
Let me say this. When I decided to relocate, I told my mom and my cousin, that's it.
Mm,
Called my daughter and told her I was leaving. At that point, when I decided to leave, I knew I had to leave everything behind. I got to the Florida state line and took a picture and said, I changed my mind, so I changed my zip code.
oh,
At that point, I was ready for whatever because I was then walking by myself. I realized that the ones I thought were my friends weren't my friends. The ones I thought was family wasn't. And I had to realize that. And it wasn't easy, but I knew that I had to get myself together. I had to fix me. And I had to leave the baggage alone. See, everybody come in our life for a reason, a season, a lesson, a blessing. You just have to be okay with it.
yeah,
Some are meant to stay longer than others. Some are only meant to stay for their portion. I try to be a good friend, a good advisor, a good person, but at the same time, it's no good if I'm being loyal to others and I'm not being loyal to myself. So I've lost, and I'm not going to call them friends. I've lost associates. My true dear friends are my sisters and brothers.
oh wow, I like that.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in a place in life where I don't speak negativity. I don't harbor no hard feelings. I'm as positive as possible. It keeps my mind at peace. I go to bed happy. I wake up happy. And that's it.
Wow, you have this story in and of itself has really just touched me in so many different ways, and I am for one honored to just hear it because I understand what it means to make a whole, to shift your mind and to say, and to say, which is the hardest part to do. I think the hardest part about making change, Kosi, is letting your so-called friends go. And letting people you thought loved you or you loved them go. It's so hard. You know, Les Brown has a story where he talked, you know Les Brown? motivational speaker.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Les Brown tell. I know you knew him because you're in that same space with me. Les Brown tells a story how he was how his life became different. He started to become very successful and started to go about speaking and change his ways, and friendships started to change. And he went back to a city that he used to live in. I think it was Detroit. He said he went back to Detroit, and he said his friends saw him, and they said to him, "Man," he said, you changed." And Les Brown looked at him and said, "I'm supposed to."
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
What are
Like,
you if you stay the same?
right. Like, well, I don't get that. The one thing that is constant, and I've looked in many different areas. The only thing that is constant in life is change.
It's change.
And we ought to change. We ought to seek to be different people. I
But
believe, go ahead.
people are afraid of the unknown.
Yeah.
Why worry about tomorrow when you have today?
See, yeah. Yeah, see. You cut from that cloth. You cut from that cloth.
I'm cut from a different cloth.
Yeah, you cut from a different cloth where you got to make sure that you stay present. And tell me how important. I like this. I like for you to hit that real quick because I'm gonna go into some of these other questions. How important is it to stay present in your journey? And then after you talk about that, lead it into um being a personal plant-based chef. What's that's like, and how do you prepare to do that? So we're gonna go into that after you answer. What's that like? What is it like to be present? Tell people about that. Give people some advice on how to do that.
For me, living in the present give us a chance to learn, many different things. You live right now. You have to sometimes get quiet and listen. If you talk less, you hear more. You also have to listen with your eyes and your ears.
Mm.
And just pay attention to yourself, pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to things that make you feel uncomfortable, pay attention to things that make you feel comfortable, and then you can connect the dots.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't go around anyone that has ill will. I have very good discernment. I'm a people person, but I can tell when it's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And no
Right.
hard feelings, I'll just fall back.
Right. Yeah.
But you have to stay within yourself, know who you are. Don't worry about the next person because there's somebody for everybody.
Right.
Whether it's a friend, whether it's a wife, whether it's a husband, there's somebody for everybody. And yes, I've been through some things in life. Life has not been perfect. But I'm going to tell you where I am at right now, the term living my best life.
Mm-hmm.
I would not give up today for any day. Because right now is my present moment. Right now, I am happy. I'm secure. My mind is right. My body feels good. I have no worries at all.
Wow.
So I would say, take today as today and live for today.
Live for today. Right.
If I was to die today, I've lived a good life.
Right.
My kids are already aware of what to do. I even have their minds set. Ain't no crying, and no, we're going to celebrate. Celebrate that mommy had a good life.
Right.
Ain't no crying and tears and all that. My daughter's 29 years old, and she's already prepared.
I'm taken aback because I did not know that these gems was gonna come, and at the same time, I kind of did, But it's like, wow, it's really beyond good. This is beyond good. So we in quarantine right now, and people are stuck in their houses, and the only things that are open for us to go to is what? The grocery stores. So everybody is going to the grocery stores, and people are going to buy. The government's giving out all this money, and people are going to buy
Stuff they don't need.
Stuff they don't need. And they're filling the cabinets with stuff that's
they
not
don't
good.
need.
Stuff they don't need. Stuff they don't need. How do you keep a daily, until this thing blows over, what are you doing to keep strict and disciplined to your regimen, like to keep your diet, to keep your plant-based dieting going?
Same
Because
thing I've been doing. For
yeah.
me, having nothing changed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to access all the fruits and vegetables. I'm able to
Mm,
go to the market. Everything I need has been in stock, thank
mm,
God. But
yeah.
I haven't not found what I needed.
Mm-hmm.
I always pretty much stay stocked up on things,
Mm-hmm.
but even now with this pandemic and everything that's going on, I'm still eating the same. I'm actually creating new recipes,
Yeah.
trying to put new things out there for people, and I'm still open for business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk about that because that's where I want to go to next before we really take off. And just tell me about your plant-based personal chef dieting cuisines. What is it called? Let me be your motivation. Is that what it called, or is that
Um,
just a page?
my page is Let Me Be Your Motivation.
Okay.
The business is called Plant Based Cuisine.
Plant-based
Um,
cuisine. Okay.
that's my plant based cuisine. That's my soul food.
Okay.
That I provide food, good food for your soul. All plant based, all gluten free.
Okay.
And what I do is I make smoothies, I make detox teas, I make sea moss gel, um, I make variety of lunches, oats, puddings, you name it, and it's all healthy eating.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I haven't been able to get up and get in the gym, I haven't gained no weight, thank God, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
still working out, at home and still walking when I can.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, with the food is there. You just have to know. And what I've been doing is people who don't want to come out, I've been talking to them, hey, cook this, cook that, take out this, take out that. I'm still helping to say, hey, there's other things you can eat, there's other things you can do to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be subject to that steak or that chicken or that this, or feel like, oh, the store is out of this. No, get you some spinach, get you some kale, get you some plant-based noodles, and hey, let's make a meal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A hearty meal too.
Yes,
A hearty meal.
a good hearty meal.
Yeah. So people are looking at, like, I walked into, like, I don't usually shop at, the big blue shopping store that they call Wally World. I don't usually shop there for food, but when I went in there, it was funny that all of the plant foods, like the fruits and the vegetables, that was all stocked up.
Hmm.
You go in between the aisles and it was like things were missing. It
All the
was like
bread was
all
gone,
the
all the
oh
milk was gone, all the
man,
all the
just
eggs, all of
all the
this, all of that.
cereal. Oh
Hmm.
my God. It's like, you know, people are not watching what they're, putting in these sugars and this artificial stuff, these foods that they're putting in, these
Right.
stuff that they're putting in their homes, really killing themselves. In your plant-based cuisine service and business brings not only a nice hearty meal, but do you also like create a menu so people know what they're, and I say a menu like with the ingredients and stuff in it, so that people know what they're getting, so that way they can, you see these recipes you're putting together, are those recipes available for people to do themselves, so that way when they not only buy from you, they can also do it themselves?
Well, I'm working on a cookbook, so
Okay,
I don't put
okay,
all my recipes out there.
there it
But
is.
I do have some clients, like in Michigan and other states, that I do a meal plan. I actually create their breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a meal plan and send them ingredients so they can cook their own meal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So for the clients that are not here in Florida, I do sit down for other states and just write out meal plans, and I will give them the ingredients for that.
Mm-hmm.
But as my personal recipes that I come up with, I'm working on a cookbook, so they have
Mm-hmm.
to wait for that one.
Yeah. Definitely. Don't give all your secrets out.
Right, right.
Let people support that because you're doing something good. And plant-based cuisines, people can just call you up. How can people get in touch with you? And this is not to give out your information just yet, all of your links, but how do people get in touch with you to get a meal? Do they have to go by what's online? Do they can they call you? What do they do?
I have a few menus online on my
Mm-hmm.
plantbasedcuisine.com website, but
Mm-hmm.
they can just call me. I'm very open and transparent. They can inbox me, text me, call me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm available to answer all their questions and set up a time where we can meet because I would like to get a profile on each one of my clients.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So you are your clients like retainers? Do they stay around? Do they keep coming back, or do they just one time? Or are you into like keeping clients, or are you into like, hey, you just want to order a meal from me like a restaurant? I go in and sit down, or are you a personal chef to these people and you help them with their weight loss?
I'm a personal chef. I have all my clients that I originally started out with in July 29th of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I still have all my clients. I'm their personal chef.
Mm-hmm.
I help them with their weight loss, with their transition. If even if they need to have a conversation, I'm
Mm,
there.
okay.
Everyone is individual. Nobody is the same. So I allot time to speak with each and every one of them.
Wow.
I have a personal relationship with my clients.
That's cool. I see. That's what I kind of was looking for. Do you have relationships, or is these people that just come by and get a meal? Okay, so you're really building structure with these people, and you're really guiding these people through their weight loss journey. So it's not just hey, get this one meal, because people really need guiders. I call myself, I'm a meditations teacher, and I call
Mhm.
myself a guide. And a guide is someone who kind of like but a blind person. You have to walk side by side with a blind person
Right,
to lead
exactly.
them, where they need to go. So you kind of like a guide. You help you walk side by side with people on their journey. And that's cool. So people can find you and reach out to you. And I'm gonna have you put that information out there just real soon. But one last question before I ask these, my favorite three, or the three I like to
Okay.
know. Do you ever feel like you're going into this relapse phase where you want to, because I hear people that get on these diets and they say, oh, I can have a cheat day. A cheat day. What's a cheat day? You know what I'm saying? So do you find yourself craving the need or the want to go back to like have a cake and ice cream or something like that, and keeping your so strong minded to stay plant based, or do you be like, no, 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 I'm plant based, totally 100%.
I'm 100% plant based. In the beginning, I would think about ice cream, but now what I do is I want ice cream, either I make it or I get sorbet
Mm-hmm,
or
mm-hmm,
I get coconut milk,
mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
Cake, I'll make some gluten-free muffins and I substitute, eggs for flax meal.
Mm-hmm,
So eh, I don't have that in my mind that I don't crave, really, really crave. If I want it, I make it in
mm-hmm,
my form,
mm-hmm.
not in the form that's bought in the store.
All right. Are you a big fan of breakfast?
No, not at
No.
all.
Oh my gosh, what is wrong with people
Not at
today?
all. Now,
Oh, that
my
killing me.
if I eat breakfast, it's like savory grits.
Savory grits.
Yeah.
I had somebody else tell me they don't do breakfast, and I'm like, what do you mean? Breakfast is my favorite part of the day. Huh?
No, for me, it's lunch and dinner.
Lunch and dinner. Okay, so that part of the intermittent fasting type thing where you
Yes.
fast the morning and then you eat lunch and dinner. Okay, so there you go. So now people have sort of a template that they can follow.
Right.
Something that they can be like, oh, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. So that's pretty cool. You do intermittent fasting, and I like to do intermittent fasting and detoxing and stuff like that. Do you detox at all?
I really don't need to. I
You
mean,
don't
I do.
have to,
I
right?
eat clean.
Yeah,
Clean eating keeps you regular.
right.
So
If you
there's really no need to detox. I don't have anything to detox. I mean,
Right, right,
no
right.
sodas. I don't eat really. I
Absolutely.
don't eat sweets. I drink my coffee in the morning with some Khalifa cream, and that's pretty much it.
I love that. I love that. You said if I eat clean, I don't have to detox. Oh my God, that was very good. That was something I never ever heard. Because I see all these people eating clean and they still detoxing. And I have something that I tell people all the time about when you go to I'm not gonna make this graphic, but I say if you eat from the earth. If you remember when we was kids and in school, when a child would like poop their pants and the teacher would say he soiled himself, I would
Mm-hmm.
say, well, look what they're saying. He's soiled. So, think about that word. Think about what that is supposed to be. If we eat from the dirt, we will, our bodies would, be clean, and we will remove, the food from our body. I guess I gotta say it because I
Yes.
sound like poop. We will poop. If
Right.
we eat clean and eat from the earth, we will poop from the earth. We will poop the earth back out.
Right.
So
It's like the saying, you are what you eat.
you are what you eat. And I always tell people, I say, go outside and tell me if you can smell dirt in the air. Go outside and pick up a handful of dirt and tell me if you can smell it. Tell me if it has a smell. And I
Right.
always tell people that if you eat from the dirt, your poop should not smell. It should not have a
Exactly.
smell to it.
Exactly.
It should be clean, and it should not have, because you're eating from the earth. And I walk outside, I don't smell the dirt.
Right.
Pick up the
Right.
dirt, I can't smell it. That's how your that's how your that's how your poop should
Exactly.
smell. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry this got a little bit graphic, but
No,
you
no,
know,
you right. You right.
but this is for the listeners that they tend to think that, my crap don't stink. Yeah, actually it should not stink. And
Right.
it shouldn't. But that was good. I'm gonna ask you these three questions of mine that I've wanted to ask. So let's start there. What drives you to be great?
It's been said that experience is the best teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having lived an unhealthy lifestyle and seeing that it led me to a place that I never want to return to, I let that be my motivation. In addition to the past, my present drives me to be great.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the positive changes in my body and in my life, and that's what I want to continue.
Mm, Seeing the positive changes, let that be. Take note of that. That you see the positive changes. Let that be your drive to be great. So that way, you continue to say, "Hey, I'm making changes and I'm seeing them. I love the way it looks on me. It feels good.
Right.
Let me keep doing that, so I can keep seeing those
And don't be
positive
so
changes."
hard on yourself.
And don't be hard on yourself. Love it.
Yeah.
Who or what does Kosi turn to for inspiration?
Let's see. First, I turn to the man above,
Mm-hmm.
because there's no greater person in this world. Life is about growth and change. I buy out opportune time for my wellness, my mind, body, and soul. I give myself time, just to be with me and my own thinking. Um, and I do an honest self evaluation and make necessary changes and adjustments. I have a very small circle of positive women that I associate with
Mm-hmm.
that keeps me grounded. These are women that I can learn from and go to for advice. The inspiration and encouragement I receive from them inspires me as well.
Having somebody that you could turn to. I got it. So, what is Kosi's purpose in life?
My purpose is to leave a lasting impression on everyone I meet.
Leave a lesson and
A
impression.
lasting impression on
Lasting,
everyone I meet.
a
I
lasting.
want to become an inspiration to others and let them see not only here that they can overcome any obstacle set before them. It's not going to be easy, but it's doable.
Let's do it.
Most importantly, though, I want my children and my grandchildren to look at me and gain strength to want to be better every day because of what they see in me.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I'll say this and end it with this. You have to find the pain and the purpose. You have to find the blessing in the lesson. And you have to find the message in the mess. And you will be great.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna stop it right there. And I'm just gonna say, hey, allow people to be able to find you. Where can they go? How can they get in contact? How can they get in touch? All your social medias, websites, .coms, and all that stuff. Let it all out.
Okay, so I can be reached at on Instagram. I can be reached at eat underscore plant-based underscore with underscore me. I also can be found on my Let Me Be Your Motivation page on Facebook and also just by my name, Kosi Cloud.
Kosi Cloud.
Also, my work phone number is 727-225-0402.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Kosi, that was a great, great, great story journey. You opened up a floodgate of goodness and greatness and inspiration and brought a lot to my heart. So I want to do an emoji. I call it an emoji, which is not man of God, but a moment of gratitude that I want to bestow upon you and just say thank you. Thank you for the turnabout that you made in the life that brought me into the same space with you so that we can share this same space together. It was all connected. It was all synchronized. It was all meant to be for this moment right here so that somebody else out there can get this story, and somebody else, if it's one person, if there's 1,000 people, they can hear this, and out of those 1,000, one person in it will say, that's exactly what I need to do. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for turning plant-based. Thank you for bringing plant-based cuisines to the planet. Thank you for being special, being hit in the mind and hit in the body with these things from life telling you that you can't do this and you can't do that, and you turned it around and showed and proved to yourself and to the world and to the audience listening that you can be a difference, you can make a change, you can leave lasting impressions, and you have left your legacy already on this planet by being an inspiration to your children and your grandchildren. So when they look at you, like you said, yes, they will celebrate your life and not be sad about it. So I'm celebrating you right now just to say thank you. I'm celebrating you and just pushing all of the goodness and greatness and asking that God opens all these doors of manifestations for you so that your business flourishes and your life takes off and people are touched by you. You are a blessing. You are a full meal. What I mean by that is you are nourishing to one soul, and you nourish my soul today. I am so thankful that you brought your great spirit here with me today.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, everybody. You know how I like to say, how I like to do. You know how I like to take off. I love you, I love me, I love us, and with that being said, I will see you all in pursuit.